Let's talk about what a peer-reviewed or a scholarly research article is. Oftentimes we hear instructors ask students for these things, but no, students aren't always sure what that means. If you've never heard it before and you've never had it explained to you, it can be very strange to find out how do we go about doing this? How do I find something that's peer-reviewed and what is that? So scholarly articles or academic articles have to go through a process somewhat similar to what we would have done in, say, high school, in a high school composition class, where you wrote your rough draft and you handed it to a peer in your class, and they would read it and maybe do a little grammar proofreading, but they would mainly look at it and be like, does this argument make sense? Does what you're saying make sense? Is it adequate? And they'd offer suggestions. It's not that much different than what academics do when they want to publish something in a journal. They have to do the research, write the article, analyze, interpret data, and do all this, and then they submit it to a body, an editorial body, that sends it out to other professionals in the same field. These other professionals then will look at it, critique it, and say whether or not the research is solid. Not is the conclusion correct, is the research and the what you have done, the whole process correct? Is it good? If it is, then you get the approval to be published. If it's not, they may offer suggestions, fix this, fix that, and then we can publish you, or they may just decline. Okay? So when your instructor says go find 7 peer-reviewed or scholarly resources, they want to make sure you're pulling it from journal titles that have this process. Now, magazines do not have this process. Something like Time magazine does not have peer-reviewed or scholarly research articles. Okay? So it's important to know that not every publication does this, only some. And this is one of the benefits of using our databases over, say, Google Scholar or the google.com. It is going to allow you, as we can see over here on this picture here, to search just for peer-reviewed articles. Now, when you do this, what you are telling the database isn't only give me articles that have been peer-reviewed. You are telling the articles only give me articles from journals that do peer review. That doesn't mean you won't get editorials in these. Now, editorials are opinion pieces, right? And most journals, when they publish, regardless of the type of journal they are, newspapers do this, magazines do this, they will have at least one article in there that is an editorial, that is commenting on the state of a profession or on the topic in which this journal is covering with all these other articles. That is not a peer review, but you usually can tell. Some ways to tell is that there are not citations in it. Academic peer-reviewed scholarly articles are going to have citations of one form or another. All right. And a lot of times they'll write in more of a narrative form. They'll be talking to you, conversational. They won't be presenting something. All right. So keep this in mind, but it's an easy way to eliminate all those non-peer reviewed journals. So the majority of the articles you are getting are from at least journals that go through a peer review process. Now, if you have any questions, please let us know.